Hello there, my creative collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. What's the vibes here? Oh, how interesting. How interesting. Oh. Someone's missing you. But it's interesting with the Ten of Pentacles because the song you're getting is Evergreen by Streisand. You don't bring me flowers, and you don't sing me love songs. So what's this? Oh, sweet Jesus with the Ten of Cups. What's up? I the Empress energy. I with the Chariot vibes. Something is stagnant. But why is that? This is for my creatives. This could be a working relationship or partnership with you. Oh my God, my creatives, this is those of you avoiding like some shitty contracts. So, oh. Is that it? Don't fall in love with a dreamer. Uh-oh. What's up with this? Oh, there's the Ace of Wands. Ooh. Oh, is that the vibe here? Ace of Wands with the Ten of Swords, there with the Queen of Swords. Uh-oh. Oh, my creatives. Oh, my creatives. Oh, my creatives. Someone don't like your creativity because they're kind of stuck or stagnant. Four of Pentacles, the Magician vibe there. Oh, the Seven of Cups. Oi. So this is those of you that avoid, so you don't date in the workplace. Whatever the hell you have going on, you're very, you compartmentalize things. So this isn't like the messy creative. This is the creative person that they know where everything is. So, you know, if they are a musician, they take care of their instruments. If they're a painter, they know where all their painting equipment is. Whatever the hell the vibe is. This is kind of those of you creatives that are... Ooh, Lord have mercy. Some of you, this shitty contracts. Or some of you avoid like those shitty contracts. Ay, sweet Jesus. Okay, creatives, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. This could be a work vibe with you. Those of you avoiding, you got the swords energy here. So some of you, this isn't like relationships or partnerships that were really all that healthy or beneficial to you. So you kind of avoided that energy. Some of you could have avoided like, if you work with a lot of very emperor or empress type people, right? Who feel almost entitled or have that kind of energy of feeling or being special. But you kind of treat everybody like the same way. You're pulling like Annie Leibovitz vibes here. So, you know, everyone kind of likes her work because it's more of a, everyone is kind of, they don't want to say they look the same, but it's a very, you get that kind of vibe to it, right? So, oh, my creatives. Those of you, if you haven't watched the studio reading, watch the studio reading. Some of you don't date in the workplace. Some of you, with regard to like romantic options or romantic opportunities, you definitely compartmentalize things. You're not like a messy creative person. So you're not pulling like, you're not doing like the Jackson Pollock vibes where everything is kind of messy. This is those of you that are very, you know where everything is. It's It's a creative energy for you, but at the same time, it's kind of a regimented energy. Good news coming in. Some of you are attracting some attention, but the Empress and the Empresses don't like it. Yeah, because look what's hiding behind the King of Wands energy, the Emperor vibe. Ooh. Keep doing the work and prioritizing yourself. This is for those of you that don't get the luxury of like the good jobs, or you don't get a deal with like the great clients, or some of you haven't moved up to where you get more of a commission on the sales that you make. But some of you you're going to get the chance to do that. But damn, the Empress and the Empresses don't like this. Some of you, it's because, I don't want to say it's because you're cheaper, but it's because you haven't had the experience yet. So, you know, you're just kind of doing your own thing. You're creating your own thing here. So you don't have a lot of overhead. You don't have a lot of people that are kind of dependent upon you. You also don't have your own kind of branding as well. So this is why it's like a new opportunity for you. But you're not messy. You're one of them very... it's not even there's a mess in the creativity. You know where everything is. You're very mindful. You pay very close attention to it. So it's a creative vibe with a kind of a sense of purpose, a sense of it's given a very regimented vibe. So well trained. 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, the 4 of Cups with the Leo vibes. To the Queen of Cups, to the Knight of Cups, to the Virgo vibes. Oi! Hey, look at that when it comes to you. Interesting. Interesting. You could get an option or an opportunity that's rather unexpected, but it brings about like an interesting option or opportunity with you. But you deal with like the Emperors or the Empresses. So you deal with people who really feel like they have a lot of self-worth, a lot of value. They're Emperors and Empresses. The title really only works because people believe it. So you're dealing with people that everyone, oh, they're so great, they're so good at that, and blah, 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 right? But some of you are getting to the point where you're going to be, I don't know that you'll ever be like the Emperor, the Empress, because some of you, that's kind of not what the hell you're interested in anyway. So there's that uniqueness about you, very good creativity, but it's kind of like you're not going to sell out and just become, you know what I mean? Oh. So that's kind of the vibe with you, isn't it? Emperors and Empresses, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of energy there. They require a lot of attention, time, money. They require a lot to keep that kind of vibe going. Versus those of you that are, you're scrappy. You're, oh my God, fashion designers. Someone is a fashion designer, and you're going to get the chance to, like, design something. Some of you, studio musicians, you get the chance. So no job is too small. Okay, so take that option, take that opportunity. You're not messy. So you're not one of them creative people that are just kind of messy. Everything has a sense and a purpose. Some of you, you know, you really can't afford to. So, you know, it's the designers that buy that expensive fabric, and you have to make every fucking yard of that count. So you're being very, it's almost a prudish energy. Those that are going back to the prudish vibes. I don't know what you would call that. It's not like a transcendentalism. It's like a prudishness. But it's a necessity here. It's a necessity here. Some of you are single, or some of you are just, it's given like a asexual vibe or non-binary, or you just don't date whatever you do for work. You don't date anybody that has anything to do with what you do for work. That way you don't, you're not dating somebody where you're going to have discussions on what you do for work. You know, if if you're an artist, you want to date somebody that maybe has a mundane job, so that you kind of get that grounded kind of energy here. You don't want somebody that does the same thing that you do, or that's in the same kind of. It is almost a temperament, right? Because artists need that kind of creative energy, and artists can be a little temperamental when it comes to the time that they need. Creatives tend to have that vibe, and when they find their creativity or when they can't find their creativity. So you're going to date somebody that's a little bit more, I hate to say mundane in like a negative way, but it kind of is that. You're not dating anybody that has anything to do with the work that you do, because you don't want to have that conversation when you're with somebody. You want those conversations to be different. So that way it kind of brings about some fresh sort of perspectives as well. Oh. Does that make sense, creatives? This is for those of you that haven't had your chance yet. This is for those of you that get the option and you get the opportunity. But y'all, the Emperors and the Empresses aren't going to like that. But that's kind of switching up now anyway, right? So, ooh. Definitely felt like there is a clothing designer. Some of you, if you're into interior design, architecture, this would be more decorating. So, you know, if people can't afford, a designer has more of a degree. A decorator can just kind of go in and, you know, paint and fabrics and curtains and stuff like that. A designer can do more. It's kind of like that. So, no job is too big or small. Studio musicians. You don't date anyone that does what you do, because you don't want to have those conversations, because you have that kind of the temperamental energy here anyway, right? When artists and creatives are trying to create. So for some of you, that could be, someone might not like the fact that you don't date anyone that's in like the field of work that you do. But it actually makes sense, those of you creatives, to date somebody who don't give a fuck what the hell you do. So if you're a musician, okay, they like music, but they have no idea. If you're a writer, maybe they read magazine articles. Whatever the hell you do, they kind of like what you do, but you're not going to have like a major conversation on it. That's going to create some sort of existential crisis with regard to your creativity. They're going to understand your temperament. They actually kind of balance out the vibes with you. So when you're feeling a little stuck or stagnant, their viewpoint on things it's a fresh approach. It gives you a different look. It gives you a different perspective. So you could meet somebody, and this kind of changes up like how you view things, how you look at things. Emperor and Empress ain't gonna like this though. But some of you, this is, it just kind of is what it is. It just kind of is what it is. You won't be the Emperor, the Empress, because you know it changes like the whole dynamics of it. It changes the whole dynamics of the art that you do, of the work that you do. Oh, wow, look at you creatives. Some of you could be experiencing this now. Or some of you, when you get like the option or the opposite, no job is too small. I feel like the option or the opportunity shows up for you with something that is rather, it's kind of like a basic kind of option or opportunity with you. So it doesn't require, I'm not going to say it doesn't require a whole lot on your behalf, but it's a different kind of way. It's a very simple, it's a very simple project. It's a very simple opportunity. You could have a choice between two. So maybe some of you maybe have an emperor or empress who is interested in you. Because you got the Virgo vibes right there, right? So someone could be interested in you. And then you have another option or opportunity that doesn't have the glamour and the... There's a lot of pretense here with the Emperor and the Empress, which you're always going to have that pretense with an Emperor or an Empress. As it's just part of the vibes. It comes with the energy there. This feels like there might not be something that works, though. The Two of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Tower vibes. Oi. Well, you started out with Streisand. Then here you get like options or opportunities. The double Aries vibe, pay attention where Neptune's at in your astrology. You got Aries, Virgo, Aries. Oh, some of you are going to find yourself alone any fucking way. What's over the Tower vibes? The Knight of Swords. A choice between two. Knight of Swords. Aye, to prioritize yourself. Oh, wow. There's a real interesting complexity going on here. Prioritizing yourself. You're going to get your chance to show your value and your worth. For some of you, I feel like you're going to see how people kind of respond and react to that when it comes to you. You're going to have some interesting choices to make. Well, you got an Emperor, you got an Empress, and then you got like that Eight of Pentacle vibes. Oh, sweet Jesus. I don't know, kind of appropriate for the creatives out there, though. Oh, wow. You got success here. But with your success, it kind of changes like the dynamics of your relationships or partnerships. I feel like this is a positive, though, for you. This is like a positive for you, though. You're not a messy artist. So whatever you do, you're very disciplined. You're very mindful of. You get an option, you get an opportunity. Some of you could have a choice. This could be work, the Emperor, the Empress here. This could be 2 job offers wanting to come in. But they're like really good job offers, but they're going to be a lot of contractual sort of energy on that. And then you have like the sort of normalcy. This is the artists that don't date anybody that does anything even near remotely close to what the hell they do. So that way your romantic relationships or friendships are different. You're not you don't bring your work home with you. You don't want someone that's going to be critiquing your work other than however they view it, right? If you're a classical musician, you want to date somebody that maybe they just like hip hop or pop and they don't really understand the intricacies of what you do. Kind of like that vibe, you know what I mean? But why the fuck do you end up single? I feel like this is a positive for you. Yeah, it's a positive. It's a positive. So you avoid somebody that was kind of in a player vibe. This doesn't need to be romantic. So my creatives, maybe you're dating somebody and they're just dating you for a piece of your artwork. Or maybe you're dating somebody and then you come to find out they want you to play on their album, or they want you to... whatever the hell you did, you thought that relationship or partnership, they kind of wanted you for you, but now you're realizing they're wanting you for your gifts and abilities. So you avoid that. I don't know, it's kind of bittersweet, but it works out good for you in the end. This isn't my messy artist. This isn't like messy creatives. There's a very kind of seriousness sort of vibe to the work that you do. Oy. I don't know. It works out for you in the end because there's that 10 of Pentacles. And you had the 10 of Pentacles at the beginning anyway. Those of you that are classically trained, or you're very well versed in the classics. But you know enough to not date anybody that's into what you do. Does that make sense? So, you don't date anywhere near the periphery of what you do. Because that keeps you grounded and focused. And it's kind of like, it brings that sort of fresh perspective anyway. Because this allows you to experience things that you normally wouldn't experience. Whereas if you stay in the same kind of circles, you're just meeting the same people and it's kind of like the same energy. So you go from like the high-end kind of options or opportunities, and those of you that kind of like the normalcy of not everything being designer or custom, or not everyone focusing on a label, or the pretentiousness that comes with like the creative energy here. Ooh. But maybe that relationship or partnership is... So this is you start dating somebody, you think they don't really... They want you for you, and then come to find out, oh my goodness, they want you to... they actually do want you for whatever the hell everybody else is kind of interested in you. So, 3 options. This looks like 3 options. An emperor, an empress, and the sort of relationship or partnership you didn't think would factor into the work that you do. Everybody wants something. Everybody expects something. I feel like this is really good for my creatives. This is kind of like someone that dates a mechanic just so they'll fix their fucking vehicle type vibe. So, I mean, I don't know. You know, artistry comes in many ways, shapes, and forms here. So take what's yours and leave what's not. Take your time with something. Because you prefer, like, the humbleness energy here. So even if you did get that designer job, or you get that promotion energy, you're not going to change much with who you are. That's what makes you unique. So if you're a fashion designer, you understand fashion, but you probably don't wear designer clothes. Or you keep your design very simple. If you're an artist, you hang out with the creatives when you need to, but you prefer people that aren't in that kind of energy. So you're not going to have discussions on a collegiate level with somebody here on the art that you do or the work that you do. You're going to end up alone, though, but it's actually, it's good for you. It helps you maintain those healthy boundaries. Oh, you got Sagittarius, the 8 of Swords there with the Hierophant vibe. Some of you, this could be a job offer or job opportunity with the Emperor and the Empress, and maybe you realize that that really wouldn't have been such a great vibe. Yeah, look at that. The 5 of Pentacles there with the Capricorn vibe. Any of you that do anything creative, because this is given like those that do like window displays or advertising. You've read the classics, you know the classics, you understand the classics. So whatever your artistic integrity is, you're well versed and you're well aware. And this is kind of the life of the artist. But this is the artist that maintain that sort of, I don't know what you want to call it. You pull out, it's like Annie Leibovitz vibe, right? Everyone wants photographed by Annie Leibovitz because she makes everyone basically look the same. In a good way, you know what I mean? So whatever the hell you do, if you're a fashion designer, you design clothes that people feel comfortable in, that are kind of timeless or classic. If you're a musician, you're well versed in the classics. Even if what you play isn't like classic based. If you're a writer, you've read all the greats, you understand. And this is also the life of the artist. So those of you, if you read a lot of biographies or autobiographies on artists, you understand the importance of establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries and keeping yourself separate from the creative life that you have versus your personal life. And you're not going to date anyone that's even on the periphery of what the fuck you do for work. So you would prefer somebody that is actually almost completely opposite of you on that. So that way you're not having those discussions in your everyday relationships or partnerships. This isn't romantic. This could be a work vibe. So maybe some of you are going to be getting a new creative director or a new creative partner or someone to help you out. This is kind of like the painter that gets somebody that comes in and maybe does their canvases, and then you give them a painting or something like that, and then they kind of go their own way. Or someone that wants to kind of take advantage of your creative ability here. So come to find out, they are actually interested in what you do. So it's not that healthy relationship or partnership you thought it was. You work hard to maintain this, because you know this is like the importance, especially when it comes to all the great creatives in whatever discipline you have going on here, right? It works out for you, but at the same time, it is a little bittersweet, but it kind of is just what the fuck it is. You haven't quite got there yet. So this is like some job offers or some job opportunities coming in. No job is too small. So some of you, this is like, so you're, I don't want to say you're not picky, but, you know, from the humble comes some amazing creative work. Well, watch the studio reading if you haven't yet. There is a little bit of like a sentimentality on this. So some of you, this could almost be a romantic kind of vibe as well when it comes to you. But not really. Because you're pulling Streisand vibes. You don't bring me flowers. You don't sing me love songs. You got the fucking 3 of Wands. Look at that. But you're pulling the dragon vibes. So, look at you go. Look at you go. That's that fun creative energy with you. You're well versed in the classics. Is there a dragon in Chinese astrology? Three is also the Empress vibe. So, oi, sweet Jesus, my creatives. Kind of bittersweet, but that's how it is. So, this is given like champagne and tears. But you get the contract. You get the contract. Scorpio, Aquarius. You pulled Virgo before. The 8 of Cups is definitely feeling like the Virgo vibes here. Damn, a choice between 3. And none of them work out. This is good for you, though. So, self-produced, self-published, because you pulled the Capricorn vibe. Okay. Good luck, God bless, take what's yours, and leave what's not. Creatives, go create. Go create. You're not a messy creative person, so everything is organized when it comes to you. And you do not date anyone that's even remotely interested in what the fuck you got going on. So that way, that's not a part of your interpersonal relationships or partnerships. You know, that's what keeps you grounded and focused and helps you maintain clarity. For a lot of you, this allows for better creative energy anyway, because you're not surrounded by the same type of people. It's you want that relationship or partnership to kind of be a palate cleanser from the work that you do. That keeps your creativity fresh. Good luck, God bless, peace, love, and light.